Friday night popcorn, get it out. Guys, look, the promo that EA have released today, the concept of foot captains, to me, it's so good. And what does EA do? They drop 40 cards, 30 of them are fodder, like really fodder, 84 rated. They drop a League SBC today that doesn't even make sense. You got to submit 385s to get an 84 rated Sesko that's like a 25K card. I mean, there's so many things that EA could have done right with this promo, and of course, they chose not to. They released lazy content. Now, you could go and say, okay, this time is always dead before Black Friday. You are right. You are definitely right about that. That is true. But I got to tell you, man, EA, for me, if the whole community could experience what the game plays like on PC this year, everybody would have a different tone about this game. People wouldn't even care about the content. But because EA refused to figure out the input delay problem on console, where 99% of players play this game, the game is not enjoyable if there's not good content. And so what do they think good content is? Releasing I'm the Captain Now store pack? What do they think is good content? Do they think on 100K Evo is good content? So that's kind of where we're at, guys. Look, for me, I'm telling you, if you could all experience this game on PC, you would feel a lot differently about this game. You wouldn't care as much about the content. But the fact is that this game is relying on that, because unless you have new things to do on this game, it's not really that fun. So we're heading into promos. Look, this is always, I'm aware, this is always a slower period of the year. Black Friday is really hype. The Winter Wildcards promo is hype. But I want to hear what my boy A9 Skills has to say, because this rant video is going crazy. You guys have added me in it a lot. You said he makes a lot of good points. And I want to hear what he says. And this is what we're going to upload today. We're going to react to this. It's a good day to react to it. Yo, I appreciate all the love on the Arc Raiders video. You guys went crazy on it. I try out a lot of games, man. I've streamed 70 games in my career of doing this for 10 years. So anytime I try out something new, guys, we're going to have a video just so you guys can kind of get the experience of, like, maybe someone that's not a specialist in another game. You know what I mean? We're usually football only on this channel. So let's see what Skills has to say. EA failed another year. My true and honest opinion on FC26. Let's go.
Of FC26. Let's expose the whole situation of FIFA, FC, and EA, right? And how a game that I thought could never really get killed is getting killed by the own company that owns it. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, AA9 Skills. I have been making content since 2010 here on, or 2010. My channel was made in 2011.
That's why I like what he says too, without stopping it too much. He's been playing this game forever. So he knows the highs and the lows. He ran probably one of the biggest RTGs we've ever seen in FIFA 17. I'm sure a lot of you guys watched it. He still plays every day. And he's a good player too. That's why I also like his opinions, because he is good at the game.
But I've been making content on this game since 2010. 2011 was my real first FIFA on YouTube. And since then, man, I've been so blessed to be a part of this community, and you guys have kept me in this community for so long. And I've had a voice in this community for so long. And you guys know I'm somebody who drops a lot of rant videos. And this year, I kind of want to just do it once, and that's it. And I just want to enjoy the road to glory and try to have as much fun with this game as I can for what it is. But I want to make this video because I used to get a lot of backlash, or kind of just a lot of like people just giving me stick for making rant videos. But the reason I made the rant videos is because I didn't want the community to get to this. And now we are here, and we're in a situation that's very, very hard to come back from. And I'm going to break it down for you very simple. I put a video on social media recently that just kind of went crazy, right? It really, really did go crazy. And I got to read a lot of comments, and I got to see how many people were actually kind of giving up on this game. A lot of people saying how they're so upset since the patch, since the week 1 patch got patched, since the game changed, and they're very, very upset about it, and they stopped playing. And I'm here to tell you that I understand your frustration. And I put this video on, but one thing I will tell you is that many years ago, FIFA 11, maybe like 12, 13, maybe 13, 14, I remember being in calls with everybody, man. It was me, KSI, Cal Freezy, the whole crew, Nep, everybody was there, man. And I remember telling the boys that, yo, they're just never gonna like, they can't mess this up. Like, this game can only go up from here. Like, this is a football game. It's about real life football. Like, the only way that they can mess this game up, mess up the views that this game has, because at this time, lads, I mean, KSI was getting crazy numbers. A few years later, I'm doing like, I don't know, 200K, 300K a video. And I'm still dropping rant videos during this time. During the peak of my career, I'm doing rant videos because I want what's best for the game. And I remember telling the boys that, and the boys would say the same thing, man, like, oh, they would have to mess this up massively. Well, they have. They've messed this up massively. And I'm going to explain why they've messed this stuff up massively, because, you know, we got a game that was pretty fun. Not everybody liked it. We got the game in September, whenever it came out. Not everybody liked it, right? Not everybody liked the fidget spinning. Not everybody liked the how fast the R1 dribbling was, how hard it was to defend. Not everybody liked it. But the one thing about life, right, is that a lot of times we don't like stuff as human beings, right? Sometimes I go to McDonald's and I'll get a Big Mac or something. It don't taste good. I'm like, I don't like this. But then a couple weeks later, I go back. It's a little bit better. Then maybe a week or two later, I go back. I don't actually eat McDonald's like that, by the way. Y'all probably think I do, but it tastes all right. And then I just, because now it tastes all right. I got to that point with it, right? Because sometimes you got to do stuff over and over, right? You got to do stuff over and over, and then eventually you're like, you know what? I get it. I get it now. I understand the hype. I'm here for it, right? Initials. Sometimes you a new album comes out, and you're like, I don't really like this music Drake dropped. Then you listen to it again, you're like, wait a minute, I kind of feel this. Now I remember there was an album that Drake dropped. It might have been one. I forget what album it was. I think it was the one where he's in the clouds. The first time I listened to it, I was like, and I listened through it back again. And I was like, damn, this album's incredible. Took a second, right? So what I'm trying to get to is this. FIFA 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We used to get a game, right? That came out in September. And crossing was bossing was one of them. I don't know if you guys watched my career mode way back in the day. I'm old. Would cross the ball in. Crossing is bossing. And I score a header with a score a header. Bang, it was sick, bro. That was the meta. Years before that, you would buy Silva players, and you would have these Brazilian Silva players, and you would go into games and you would do skill moves and score long shots with Giovanni from midfield, right? I have compilations up on my YouTube channel of it. It's incredible, right? Then there was a meta where it was called the Icon Killers, where you would take these silver and low-rated gold cards like Ibarbo, and they had like 94 pace East, and there was like Eddie Johnson, I think his name was, something like that, Johnson, and you would run like 94 pace players, and you would be able to smoke Icon teams.
They were amazing. That was a real thing back in the day. Like, I don't know if EA ever confirmed that. The handicap of using low-rated teams back in the day, oh my goodness.
Amazing meta. In FIFA 17, we got 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and it was this real tiki-taka play style, right? Just like Barca in real life. It was sick. Right? Those things stayed throughout the year. Now we get a video game where me and you deserve paychecks, and this is what I put on social media. We deserve paychecks because we are beta testers. We buy a game, we pre-order a game for $100, and we get the game on September, October, and we're so excited to have the game. And we play the game for 2 weeks, and we're like, okay, I'm starting to get the hang of it. And EA decides, hey guys, we're dropping a patch. R1 dribbling's gonna get nerfed. We're gonna buff up.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I spoke to EA a couple of times in the last year to try to help them, and like, I can definitely tell you that I know for a fact there, I think at this point is a method to them like changing it all the time, almost like a new season, so that your play style or your everything has to kind of change to keep it fresh. And I don't think that's working. I think if the game is good, they should leave the game the way it is instead of changing it every day and then ultimately changing it every season. Like, how many times over the years have we seen one season or one part of the year is one way, and then boom, it just completely changes to this other way? I'm not a fan of that. Like, they're trying to make it kind of like weapon meta and stuff like other games. This is a football game.
Defending, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to get rid of kickoff glitches. Where truly all that should have been fixed was kickoff glitches and corners, and kept the game the way it was. But they decided to change the game fully. So the game gets changed fully, and a lot of people are upset. And then EA goes, I think we made a little bit of a mistake. Let's patch it again and bring back R1 dribbling a little bit. So they do that. But then people are still upset. Why? Because you showed them what the game is like without R1 dribbling, and now you brought back R1 dribbling. So now you continuously lose 5,000 people, 10,000 people, 10,000 people every time you drop a patch. Why? Because you showed them what the difference is in the gameplay. If you just would have kept it from week one, people would have adjusted and adapted. But instead, you drop a game out that you're clearly not happy with. Why do I say that, EA Sports? And I hope you guys see this. I really hope you guys see it. And if you do, please listen. Please just listen to the video. You guys worked on a game all summer. All the producers, all the people in that building thought this game was good enough to come out. And the moment it came out, there was many people who agreed with you it was good enough to come out. And a lot of us played it and we were like, okay, there's potential. And then you guys saw a little bit of negativity and you freaked out and you changed the game that you thought that you worked on all summer was good enough.
I got cooked, bro. I got cooked a couple weeks ago for freaking out, because the reason I freaked out was that this community doesn't give the game now enough time. All the community wants to do every single time is just have EA change something, and then they're going to be a new problem, and then it's going to be a new problem. Instead of giving the time to learn to adapt and adjust, and now we're stuck in this period where people want the R1 dribbling to go back to a certain percentage. EA already did that, and now people still want it more. And, well, they could have just kept it as is.
And now you continuously patch it to cater to people. And every time you patch it, you are losing more and more and more of your player base, because most of the people that are complaining to you are Call of Duty and Fortnite kids. They are kids that the moment that Fortnite or Call of Duty comes out, they are leaving regardless, because they are not actual fans of your game. They only play it because nothing else is out at the time. They are the first month players, and they leave the moment a new game comes out. And you have catered to those players And now those players are leaving no matter what, and you've left your actual fan base in the mud. You've left us looking at each other going, why did the first patch ever happen? And now we're here. And now we're staring at each other in disbelief. Because the number one thing you should have worked on, EA Sports, literally, was getting rid of PC hackers. Instead of dropping patches weekly, get rid of PC hackers. And you might turn to me and say, Skills, why is that a big deal? Why is that a big deal? What's going on, Skills? I'll tell you why. You know how your servers feel like trash every week? It's because you cannot keep matchmaking on, because you are afraid when you go into the weekend league that you are going to match a hacker. So you turn off crossplay. And the moment you turn off crossplay, it now drops the amount of people you can match in your area around you down a very small amount. And now you're going to play somebody maybe in Texas when you live in DC, or maybe you're in England. Now you got to play somebody in France. Now you got to jump onto other people's servers and other servers around the world because there's not a match near you, because you can't have crossplay open because there's still hackers somehow in FC. And the fact that you can't fix the hackers and you haven't disabled PC from playing Xbox and PlayStation is mind-boggling to me. At least let Xbox and PlayStation play each other so people can get better match.
Problem is, if EA admits that, they are admitting that they're wrong or they have a problem, right? So that's why EA won't do that, you know, company-wise, because they're going to be embarrassed to have to admit they can't fix this problem.
Matchmaking throughout the weekend league. But instead you focused on what? Fixing R1 dribbling. And you know why you fixed R1 dribbling? Because people are mad about fidget spinners. Now, let me break it down to you. If I see another person say, in real life, there's no such thing as a fidget spinner. In real life, Aitana and Mbappe don't play on the same team. You bought a video game, lad, that girls and guys play on the team together. That does not happen in professional football. The fact that you bought the game thinking you're buying a football simulation game and Aitana is out jumping Cristiano Ronaldo is, first of all, the problem. This is where the problem begins. When EA Sports added girls to FC, it was an awesome thing. And it was something that should have happened because it makes the global game big for women football. And I agree with it. The problem is they should have had their own tournaments. We should have had our own weekend league for women cards. And it could have been something that happened during the week. It could have been something that happened during the weekend. It could have ran at the same time as Foot Champions. There should have been a girl one and a guy one, just like there's the FIFA World Cup for men and the FIFA World Cup for women. It should have been that in the football game, because that's what it is in real life. And that would have been the actual simulation of the game, right? If you would have brought about it like that, if you would have taken it like that in that direction, would have made the most sense. That's not what took place. So now you go into Ultimate Team, lads, and you want to play this simulator people are asking for. But how are you going to simulate Aitana jumping over Cristiano Ronaldo or Rodman winning a header over Haaland? You can't simulate that. So stop saying that you want a real life football game. Stop saying you don't want to see people fidget spin. Stop saying you don't want to see R1 dribbling. Stop saying you don't want to see skill moves. Stop saying you don't want to see long shots because you don't see that in real life. It doesn't matter what you see in real life. This is a video game. And I don't know if any of y'all noticed, but football right now in real life is very boring. And many people, I might lose you right there. But if you know me as a content creator, you guys know I post a lot. I have a YouTube football channel. I'm posting on social media consistently about football. We talk football. I get football takes. There is many people who listen to us get football takes, and I don't know why, but I appreciate you guys. But I just want to say to you, all of us that watch that content and you guys that consume my content, we all agree on one thing. Low block football right now is very boring. And it is not the same as football was in 2017, 16, 15, 14. Football has changed massively and teams play very, very defensive and is very, very low block. If you want a simulation of real life football, you have it right now. 8 men, 9 men in front of the box. That's real life football. That is Barcelona against Celta Vigo. That is Man City against a relegation team. That is freaking, when Bayern Munich plays against Benfica. That's what football is. This is it. This is the game that you guys would want if they go based off of real life. Because based off of real life right now, football is in a very anti-football place. It's in a place where it is not that enjoyable. We don't have the Neymarzitos. We don't have the Messis and the Cristiano Ronaldos in their prime. We don't have the Ronaldinhos. We don't have the Xavi and Iniestas to break down people. We don't have there used to be back in the day just certain teams that were really good at defending, like Inter Milan was a real good defensive team. And the Italian football was a very, very defensive. Now everyone is that. Now everyone is this massively defensive team that plays low block no matter how big or small your team is. So at the end of the day, we got to stop asking for a simulation of what real life football is, right? And be more clear with our words. We want a fun game. We want a game that every single mode you go into doesn't feel stupid competitive.
The one thing I'll say, though, guys, about the game this year is that the modes I think EA has done are really good outside of what they've decided to do with the modes. The play objectives they're putting into the modes are stupid. All right, that is some BS inclusion type of stuff EA is doing. The modes are great. We have a tournament mode for the season every day. The Season 2 World Cup that you can play every day. You can unlock cards out of that. You got Gauntlet. You got this primetime tournament, like weekly promo tournaments. There's a silver tournament Sunday, foot champs, rivals, draft with better rewards. This is the best year of game modes we've ever had. But the problem is that a lot of people can't enjoy it because, as he's saying, when you're playing these low block teams, I kind of cooked him with the pause there. When you're playing these low block teams and you're on console and you're fighting so much delay because of all the delayed animations, it's still not fun. So you can use your different squads and stuff, and yes, you have more space, but one thing I would say EA got right this year is the game modes. The game modes are a lot better. I mean, once they get co-op weekend league added into here, you're going to have a much better time playing this game. But EA, if you guys can't fix the console delay, this game will never be fun, okay? If it's too much to fix and you feel like there's nothing wrong on your end, then you guys need to get rid of animations in your game because that's what's causing it then.
Mode that every mode you go into, you don't feel like you're playing like your life depends on it. You want a mode that you play and you feel rewarded. You play weekend league right now, win 14-1. I'm making like 200. I'm making like 50K, losing like 200 on players I bought. You go into rivals and people don't even know if it's worth playing rivals anymore. Because
weekend league, definitely, if you get 13, 14, 15 wins, you do make a lot this year. Like I got 15 wins. I made 700K one weekend. Rank 2 with the updated rewards. I think last week I made like 300K. The problem is that the lower tier ranks, you still make absolutely nothing out of that.
The rewards are absolutely in the mud. You're barely rewarded for that. The only thing that low-key semi kind of feels fun is the gauntlet because you have to play with different teams. But let's be honest, you're still matching the Pinas and everybody else of the world. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, lads, what I'm trying to tell you is this. We get this game that constantly gets patches, and the patches just make it worse and worse every single week. And the more patches that come out, it feels like the more sluggish the servers feel.
It does.
And the more the sluggish...
The more patches they do, the heavier the game feels. I don't know why, but every time we keep getting these patches, I don't know if it's like more for the servers to load.
Servers feel, the more we wish we could have crossplay open and not have to play against a hacker, right? And the more that we play against hackers, the more that we miss the old days and nostalgic feeling of these video games that used to give you such a good, fun experience. Not a sad experience, an experience that you really felt proud when you put a new player into your team, or when you got a new player and you were really excited to use that player, or when you found a new card, you were really excited to tell people about it. That's what the experience that we all want and miss, and it's no longer a part of it, right? Because EA Sports did so many things wrong in the past, and I'm gonna break it down for you real quick, and I know this video is gonna get long, and I apologize for that. I've told this story many times. There was a community manager, I won't say no names. I was at the beach with my wife. I'll never forget this. She wasn't my wife at the time. She was my girl. We were vlogging, by the way. I think my wife was to the side vlogging, and I was on the phone, and I was sitting in my truck, and I'm on the phone. I'm sitting in front of this beach bar. We're about to go inside, and I'm telling the community manager, hey, man, I don't think that we should do share plays like this. Like and by the way, I only knew this guy there. I didn't know many other people. I was like, I don't think you guys should do share plays like this. I think that you guys should stop share plays of the weekend league rewards, because the more you show people what top 100 rewards look like, the more it becomes normal, and then nobody's going to want to see it because everyone can do it. And his reply was, Skills, the higher ups think this is amazing for the game because it's huge exposure for FIFA. We are very happy with the way it's going. And I said, dude, if it keeps going like this, there's going to be nothing special. And they kept going with it. Now we're at a point where you've seen so many people do icon packs that if you pack R9, there's no feeling. It's one of those things where if you roll down social media, right? If you're going down your social media timeline and you see something very disturbing, right? You're like, wow, that's disturbing. I wish I never seen that, right? Maybe an injury or something. And you're like, I wish I never seen that. And then you scroll, you keep scrolling, whatever. And then you see it again. But the second time, you're kind of used to it now. The third time, you're even more used to it. And then by that, it's just normal to you by the fourth, fifth time. So you've seen so many icon and hero packs, and you've seen so many of the good ones that anytime someone posts, OMG, I packed a Ronaldo, you don't really care because you've seen a million Ronaldos come out. And every time you see somebody post 15-0 rewards, you don't really care because you've seen somebody drop 30 15-0 rewards in share plays. And everything has been given to you to where you don't care no more because we've seen everything that can be done. There is nothing in FC that can be done that hasn't
I
been.
like kind of agree with that. The thing that I just feel like is like, I feel like people don't care because a lot of people don't enjoy playing the game on consoles. So if they pack R9, it's cool to flex and like show, or maybe what he's saying is true, but still, like, if you really liked playing the game and you packed R9, like for me this year, I like the responsiveness on PC. I like the way the game plays. It does feel fun to play. Like, you can play football, you can try different formations, you have more space on PC. The game responds. Personally, if I pack a Stoichkov or a Puskas or a Maradona, this year I'm actually going to be hyped. The last 2 years, the game was so bad, I couldn't give a crap. So for me, it stems to, is the game fun to play if I pack this card? Do I want to play the game?
Been done.
In my opinion.
It's all been done. And it's been done and seen out of packs because of share plays, because all this stuff is thrown to you consistently. And you see it and consume it consistently to where now, no matter what anyone hits or does, it's just a regular feeling. It's just normal to you. And I told them this, but I didn't tell them about share plays with the icon packs and party bags. Those weren't out yet. This was FIFA 17, lads. I was telling them about people showcasing, and at that time, I don't even think it was share plays. I think it was just people sending their recordings or people jumping on people's accounts to open their rewards. And I was like, and even I did it. I was a part of it because I jumped on the trend too after they said they wouldn't change it. So I tried to tell them like, yo, this is going to become a problem and it's going to really, really kill the mode even more. And they didn't listen. And they were like, nah, it's fine. And it got to the point where, guess what? It happened. No one cares about weekend league rewards. Why? Because we've seen it all. We've seen all the share plays. We've seen it. It's been done. And it took away from the best of the best players, right? Like, I truly believe that hashtag Harry and Tex would probably get crazy over 500K a video. If no one was able to showcase the 15-0 every weekend, those people doing it would have gotten crazy numbers on videos because it was so rare to see it, right? But you took what was rare and it became normal. So now there's nothing that's rare. So there's things that throughout the history of this game, content creators have tried to speak.
Leaks too, man. Leaks, guys. Leaks, like, oh my God, leaks just kill everything. Like, even the promo today, it's a bad promo, right? But there's no excitement because people even know going into the promo it's bad. They see the team with 43 cards and only 35 of them are bad. So they don't even care to go check.
Up.
The Evo is leaked. People know what the Evo is going to be. The SBC gets leaked for the League SBC. No one wants to check. It's very bleak though when you know everything that's already going to happen. I mean, guys, like, imagine living your whole life. Imagine your life, right? And you know what's going to happen. You just know. Like, you know, you're already told your whole path and journey, right? And that's the problem with this game. The level of excitement from content is so small now because you know what's going to happen.
And fight for it and try to get it to stop, and they didn't listen. And that's my only example because I've never really I had a relationship with EA Sports back in FIFA 11, all the way to about it's when I met KSI and became really close with KSI. And probably up until about FIFA 13, 14, somewhere around there. And then KSI and everybody, all of us took like coins. We took coins. I don't know if KSI did, but I took coins. And then my relationship kind of went sour with them. And then I kind of never really got my relationship back with them. Really, if I'm being honest with you, they never really messed with me anymore after that because I took coins. And I was one of the first ones to take coins, me and a bunch of other people. We took coin sponsorships and they didn't really like that. And yeah, they never liked me since. And then, you know, now they kind of like still, you know, they'll hit me and ask me if I want the game, or they don't invite me to any events. They never send me anything. Like, you'll see people get like Team of the Year boxes, or I don't get nothing like that. I don't get no treatment like that. I never have. I think they've sent me one thing in my entire career. It kind of got to the point where EA Sports with my manager, where I just told them, you know, we kind of like tried to fix that relationship. It didn't happen, and I just told them, "Well, it is what it was. Like, move on. Like, we don't work with them." And that's kind of what it became. It became one of those things where it's like, sadly, I know I took coins in the beginning. That was my bad, but I never had done nothing else to them. I never done anything out, and almost every content creator did. I never done nothing else to them. I've never made like crazy videos. Did I make rant videos? Of course, because I wanted the game to be better, but I've never called them names or maybe on a stream I said the B word or something like that just because I was mad. Everybody does it when they're mad. But I never
far worse things
intentionally
to EA, bro.
said anything negative about anybody in that building, but for some reason they low-key just hate me. And I'm okay with it. And in FIFA 19, I guess I'm kind of exposing everything here. In FIFA 19, I kind of got accused by the community of being like on their payroll, and I was a golden boy, and I was, and literally behind the scenes, my manager's just trying to even get a relationship with them to see if we could even eventually one day do a brand deal or something with them, right? Behind the scenes, my manager's trying to fix, like, hey, yo, my manager's like, hey, maybe we could fix this. And we couldn't. It just wasn't fixable. And for whatever reason, they just didn't like me. Yeah, and I'm getting accused, and I'm just sitting there like watching people accuse me of being a golden boy and being in EA's pocket, and I'm like, damn, I don't even got a relationship with them, and I'm just getting slayed, and I'm just sitting there like, I just wish I could say more, and I just didn't say it because I just felt that the people that were with me and on my side that rolled with me, were the real ones. And I didn't want, if someone was going to turn their back on me that quick, I didn't want to try to fix that relationship because clearly they didn't like me in the first place. So I kind of just let it ride, and I didn't really say much. But that whole time in my head, I'm just thinking, this is crazy. I've never received a paycheck from EA Sports. I did tell people that. I never received a paycheck from EA Sports. I've never been told what to do or not to do by EA Sports. Like I said, man, it's one of those things where it's like, I've tried to speak up to help this video game. I've tried to keep a relationship with EA Sports to try to help them understand, because I don't think
we all have, bro. And people got on my case when I said the worst thing EA has ever done is not paid the FIFA license, bro. The second I saw them saying FC, I just said, this is not going to hit. It's just not, like, I think they lost so much just from that simple wording and branding. I think they lost so much because of that. I know the rights or whatever was probably going to be ridiculous to keep paying. But I think EA going in their own direction, even they thought they were indestructible. And clearly, look everywhere. Guys, this game has been going downhill for years now. Views, sales, everything. I'm telling you.
I'm anything special. I'm definitely not. But I play the game at an extremely high level. And I think that there's certain people in this community that are content creators. Myself, Boros Legends, very, very good FIFA player. And many others that have played the game on a pro scene, but have taken content creation more serious. And I think that the opinions of those that have played both sides should be listened to in a way, because they know and they love the pro scene. I love the pro scene. I was part of it. I was in it. I loved it. I almost made an esport team, bro. I almost made an esport team in 2018 or something, and then I signed with Complexity, and I was with them, and I've been with them since 2019 all the way to 2005. I recently just left Complexity, and the only reason I left them is because the whole esport industry is in a really tough place right now. It's the only reason I left them. I would never left them. And at the end of the day, I love that scene, right? But I love the content creation scene way more. And it's one of those things where you have to choose and you have to listen to people that have been involved in both to really understand. And someone like Boros Legend, someone like myself that's done it, someone like Nick, Run the Full Market Nick, that it has plays the game at a very, very high level, are people that they could really listen to and really talk to and understand.
Yo, appreciate that,
because
bro.
I think we understand very much what the community wants. And also understand what pro players want in a way. We kind of have both like sides of it. But they don't talk to me. They don't even ask me what I think. They don't even care. And it's just really, really sad, man. It's really, really, really
that's crazy that they hold a grudge on this guy for a coin sponsor 12 years ago.
Where this community has
by the
gone.
way, coin sponsors were offering people like 50 plus a month, bro. Like that level of money, especially that was before coin sponsors were even like against TOS. That's like when it was normalized. Like hell yeah, everybody should do it. EA's holding that against them is crazy in my opinion.
And where and what it's become. But I will tell you one thing, lads. Will I continue to play FIFA? Yeah, because it's my favorite game. Because I don't like Call of Duty. I don't like
We like football, bro. And you know, FC is still the best football game right now. It is. It's the best game. Football, Konami has taken their game off a ship. You know, UFL is making progress, but it's not close to FC26 right now. It's not close. FC26, I gotta say this, man. EA's gotta get you guys to play this version of PC that I play, man.
I like
it's
Madden.
a joke.
I like football.
It's a shame.
FIFA,
it's terrible
FC.
on console again. I'm
I
telling
like
you.
boxing games. That's my games. That's what I like. It's what I enjoy.
Shout out to Skills, man. This was a really good video. I mean, guys, the thing is, man, EA, I feel like at the end of the day are the ones that are gonna always be the ones that get themselves in trouble, bro. And it's up to them. They already did the whole thing with the rebrand where they messed up. I think this gameplay is actually better than the last 2 years. They got to patch it 15 times. They still haven't fixed the console responsiveness. Let me know what you guys think, bro. I think it was a good video from Skills. Nice to see him in good spirits at least. And thanks for watching this video tonight, guys. Appreciate it.